Hello, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and hear what Metabolic Balance is all about. My name is Jen Vasey, the CEO for Metabolic Balance Canada, top metabolic balance coach, and registered holistic nutritionist. I have been practicing as a nutritionist for well over a decade. I introduced metabolic balance only in 2020. I was within the top 3 coaches by 2021. Number 1 coach by 2023, which led to my current position in 2024 as the CEO. I could not be more passionate about this program and everything that it has to offer. I'm in a fortunate enough position where I have coached hundreds and been a part of life-changing transformations. I really look forward to the opportunity to being a part of yours. So let's dive in and learn more about how this program is going to benefit you. So, what is metabolic balance? Well, it was developed over 25 years ago by Dr. Wolfenfach in Germany. It was originally designed to heal inflammation, help reverse metabolic syndrome. While you're doing this and you're supporting those with hypertension, high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, what a lot of people were accomplishing was an optimal body weight. So, what happens is the program is designed by studying the chemistry of individual lab values and the chemistry of food and using food as a prescription. It is an innovative, all natural program that brings balance to your hormones, optimizes your health, and leads to a new invigorating lifestyle, resulting in successful long term weight management. To date, the program is managed by dedicated physicians and nutritional scientists. So it is a very holistic, whole food approach that is designed to set you up for long term sustainability without being dependent on anything gimmicky products, shakes, supplements, anything like that. So, the foundation of the program is Metabolic Balance's unique capability to develop a truly personalized nutrition plan based on an in-depth analysis of your unique blood values, medical history, personal likes and dislikes. Your personalized nutrition plan acts as your roadmap. It indicates exactly which natural foods that you should eat in order to orchestrate the biochemical changes needed for reaching your desirable weight and health goals. Metabolic balance is 100% natural. So, like I said, there's no prescribed injections, pills, shakes, proprietary foods, nothing of that kind. You do not need to track, log, keep points, count calories. It really is more designed around being a whole food lifestyle. Your local grocery store or farmer's market will easily provide you with everything that you need to follow your plan. What you can expect from metabolic balance is weight loss and improved energy, hormonal balance, improved immune function, potential reduction or elimination from medications, better sleep, improved mood, less bowel or stomach problems, reduced allergies and intolerances, improved joint inflammation and pain, savings on your weekly grocery bill, potential benefit for sufferers of polycystic ovarian syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. And it is the highest success rate for lifelong health benefits and weight management. How does metabolic balance work? So I want to start by going over the 8 daily rules. So they are very simple rules that you can implement into your daily basis. So I'm going to dive into these. Rule number 1 is to eat exactly 3 meals a day. What we really want to focus on is keeping your insulin low and slow, giving your digestive system a break, stabilizing your blood sugars. So we want 3 really well-balanced meals with no snacking in between. Rule number 2 is to ensure there's a break of about 5 hours between meals. There's a little bit of flexibility here, of course, depending on your schedule, but give or take, we want to have that roughly 5-hour gap between meals. Rule number 3 is to make sure each meal lasts no longer than 60 minutes. This is for grazers. This is for those who have their lunch at their desk or picking away at it all afternoon and then just having that insulin kind of spiking periodically. So we want to wrap everything up within a reasonable time frame of about that 60 minutes. Rule number 4 is to begin each meal with a bite or 2 of protein. This one is very simple, right? Meat, fish, poultry, cheese, have a few bites of protein first and carry on with your meal. Rule number 5 is to have 1 protein per meal and 3 different proteins a day. This will maximize the absorption of amino acids, which supports hormonal balance. Rule number 6 is if possible, do not eat after 9 p.m. Of course, depending on your schedule, we may need to accommodate a change there. Rule number 7 is your water prescription. This is imperative. You will be given a specific allotted water amount, and it's so important that you drink your water. You can drink more, but never less. It plays so many vital roles in the body, but also 85% of weight loss happens through urine. So we have to give your body the tools it needs to excrete. So water will be very important. There's also various ways we can include things like herbal teas, soda waters, different things to make sure you get your water intake in. And then very simple, the last rule is an apple a day. It is like a power-packed multivitamin. It lowers your uric acid. It drops toxins to the colon for elimination. There really is so much power behind that daily apple. Okay, what I really want to talk about is metabolic flexibility. So what is metabolic flexibility? Well, this is when your body switches between using glucose and fat as a fuel source. So this is controlled through the master hormone, which is insulin. So I really want to dive into insulin. We're going to spend a little bit more time here. So elevated insulin levels. This is what happens when your insulin levels are elevated. So there's certain foods that we eat that are going to impact our insulin levels and our blood sugars differently. So when insulin levels are up, it elevates our cholesterol, it elevates our triglycerides, so the fat concentration in the blood, it elevates our stress hormone, which is adrenaline, and it elevates our other stress hormone, which is cortisol. When insulin is up, it decreases our sleeping hormone, which is our melatonin, it decreases our DHEA, it decreases our HGH, our human growth hormone, and it decreases our body's ability to burn fat as a fuel source. So what happens when with metabolic flexibility is that when you're eating, every time we eat something is going to have some impact on our insulin. So carbohydrates being predominantly what's going to affect your insulin. Every food has what's called a glycemic load. And so when we have foods throughout the day that have a higher glycemic load, it's going to spike our insulin and increase our blood sugar. So what this illustrates here is when we're eating several times per day, the metabolic flexibility, so we want to be tapping into burning fat as a fuel source. So when we see these dips here where it's the purple, that's where we're dipping into burning fat as a fuel source. And then where it's elevated above the line is when we're eating. And depending on what we eat, depends on how high that spike is going to go. So you can see when we're eating several times a day, we keep elevating. So then we're using glucose as a fuel source, and then we have to wait for the insulin to come back down where we can tap back into that fat burning fuel source. With metabolic balance, and what science really shows us today, is that by having 3 really well-balanced meals, it's going to keep us very comfortable. It's going to support stabilizing blood sugars, but we're going to have a much longer dip in the fat-burning fuel source. So this is what we really want to do. We want to eat. Our body will use that glucose as a fuel source for a period of time, usually for maybe a couple of hours, and then it's going to dip right back down and to have those long dips of using fat as fuel. So this is where we really want to make sure we have those 3 meals a day, and we're always supporting the master hormone, which is insulin. How the program works is it's coached in 4 phases. So phase number 1 is a very gentle 2-day cleanse. So we take a little magnesium citrate in the morning, which will draw water to the colon. We still eat 3 meals that day. They're just lighter meals. So it's a very manageable 2-day cleanse. It's a very gentle colon cleanse, and it really sets the preparation phase for phase 2. Phase number 2 is what I call the strict phase. So it's strict in a sense that you're eating specific foods that were all laid out on your meal plan that are designed specifically for you. So we take an in-depth profile, we form, any medications, any considerations, food preferences. We send you for your blood work. We do a very in-depth labs analysis, and then it's going to tell us exactly what foods are going to benefit you to support any imbalances and deficiencies. So for 14 days only, we eat specifically from these foods, and you will find that there is a very reasonable variety. I call this phase 1 and phase 2 your 16-day metabolic reset period. You will be amazed at how you feel at the end of these 16 days. Then we move over to phase 3, which is a much more relaxed version of phase 2. This is where we start to bring in weekly treat meals, cooking oils, condiments, way more food choices. We really loosen things up to be more flexible because we need to. This is where you will stay longer. You will stay in phase 3 until you've accomplished your desired goal. Keep in mind, your desired goal isn't just a body composition goal. It's that all-encompassed wellness goal. I have amazing energy, mental clarity, focus, sleep, so many things that you're feeling, that hormonal balance, those shifts and changes, and I'm at an optimal body weight for me to maintain. Then we'll move you over to phase 4. Phase 4 is the maintenance phase. This is a really important phase. This is where we want to make sure you can comfortably and adequately sustain and maintain your newfound health goals. My job is to guide you through every step of the way with these phases. So, how it works is you will be given your personal food list. Everyone's food list looks different. So, this is just a really, small sample. How it starts is you'll have a whole variety of proteins. So, you can see here there's some, fish and seafoods, meats, poultry, yogurt, cheese, legumes, nuts, and seeds. So you'll have a good variety of proteins because every meal is going to be anchored with protein, and you can choose any protein from your list that you like as long as you have 3 different proteins a day. Then you are going to move over to your carbohydrates. Everyone will have a good variety of vegetables. The whole grain rye bread is included for everyone. If you are celiac, we can use rice-based products, and then you will have some fruits. Almost everyone will have an additional carbohydrate as well. There might be potatoes, wild rice, oatmeal. So there will be, this again is a small sample, but you will have a really good variety of foods to put together some staple meals. We will also include some recipe books, and I have tons of recipe meal ideas I can send you as well. So you will be giving your very specific set of foods. Again, no 2 nutrition plans are the same. Your foods will be specific to your chemistry as to what foods are going to benefit and heal you the best. So then what happens is you are going to have your meal boxes. You will notice that there's 9 meal boxes here, but they are completely interchangeable. So it says breakfast, lunch, and dinner. However, you can move these however you like. So you will notice the protein sits on top. Cheese, almonds, yogurt, mushrooms, fish, legumes, meat, eggs, poultry. All of those are interchangeable. So for example, you can move poultry from dinner to lunch, legumes from lunch to dinner, eggs from dinner to breakfast, cheese from breakfast to lunch. All of your proteins are interchangeable. You can have any protein as long as you have 3 different proteins a day. There is a ton of flexibility when it comes to putting your meals together, and that's my job, is to walk you through how flexible these are and how to use these meal boxes. There's also a Metabolic Balance app where you put in your own personalized profile number, all of your groceries, all of your foods, everything is right there. So it's really user-friendly, and so we'll dive a little bit more into this together. So, a couple of questions. What is the success rate? So, like I said, fortunately now I've coached hundreds with an incredible success rate. I'm also in a place where I have that long-term success rate where clients have been able to sustain and maintain their health goals. It does have a success rate of anywhere from 60 to 80%. This is Metabolic Balance is in 36 countries, so each country has a bit of a different hovering rate. What I can say is it is the only program that has a higher than 50% success rate in over 35 countries. Globally, it is the highest success rate. Here in North America, the next highest we have is 22% over here with Weight Watchers. So I feel really confident in the success rate that this program has. What can you expect in terms of weight loss? So during the 16-day metabolic reset period is when your body is going to move the quickest, right? The most rapid pace. So you can expect anywhere from 5 to 8% of your total body weight as a loss during that reset period, and usually about 1 to 2% of your total body weight past that. So for an example, if you have a starting weight of 180 pounds, you can expect anywhere from 9 to 14 pounds of weight loss during the first 16 days, and then about 1.5 to 3.5 pounds after that. You and I can discuss that together, what a realistic expectation is, but this is very on point with what I see time and time and time again. So let's go through the flow of consultations and what it looks like to work together. So our very first appointment will be an initial consultation. It is always no obligation initial consultation. We can discuss your health goals, where you're at, what you're looking to accomplish. We can chat a little bit more about how the program will work for you. We will evaluate your pillars of health. So again, I will go through nutrition, exercise, sleep, and stress management, and we will have a tailored protocol for all pillars that just help you find that balance that you're looking for. From there, we will do a complete intake form and medical assessment. Again, any medications, any major surgeries you might have had, food preferences. We'll make sure that we have all of the information that we need. From there, I will send you the requisition form for your blood work, and you will go complete your blood work. I usually have their plan from the time you've completed your blood work I work on everything on my end. I send everything to the team of doctors, which is in Germany, and they usually get their plan back to me within a few business days. So labs are complete. I'll have your plan in about 3 days. From there, I will notify you that your plan is ready, and that's when we can meet over Zoom. So I'll meet you over Zoom. I'll share my screen with you. I'll walk you through your plan page by page, step by step, so that you fully understand it. We'll go through any questions. As soon as we've gone through it together, I will send you everything you need. So I will send you your plan. I will send you a getting started guide with frequently asked questions. I will send you recipes. We'll go over, we can go over your labs, everything that you need. We will do in that second appointment. From there, we will pick your start date. And from your start date forward, we do remain really closely connected. So you have access to me anytime. You're in the grocery store. Hey, Jen, how does this look? Or what about the ingredients on list? You're making a meal in the kitchen. Is this right? You want to verify a few things. That's no problem. We will do weekly accountability check-ins. I do find my clients find this really important to maintain that accountability structure. And then we will continue with our regular meetings. So technically our third appointment, we will meet also over Zoom, where we will go over phase 3. So we will meet to review phase 3, and this is where we're really going to bring in more food choices, again, some weekly treat meals. I'm a huge advocate for balance. I think it's really important that you're still able to live your best life and focus on your health goals at the same time. And we'll bring in so many other components in phase 3 to really loosen things up. Then we will ease into those changes in phase 3. The fourth appointment, as I was going to say, is broken down into those 6 weeks of accountability check-ins. So every single week we'll do our check-ins, as well as there will be frequent communication, usually through text or email, just to support you as you ease into this transition. The fifth appointment is going to be at the 6-week mark. This is an overall lifestyle appointment, how you're adapting to the program, how you're adopting these new habits, and we'll talk all about any changes in protocol we might need to make, but we'll really discuss your overall lifestyle. Then again, the 6th appointment, once again, is 6 more weeks of accountability check-ins. I do check in Fridays, so we'll always check in together on Fridays to monitor any changes in body composition. I will point out, included with every plan is something that's called a Renfo scale. A Renfo scale is something that I will ship to you. I'm not so much interested in your body weight as I am your composition. What is your muscle mass, your visceral fat, your subcutaneous fat, how your hydration. It breaks down all of those numbers so that we can make sure that composition is moving accurately. It's not just about our body weight. And so we'll do those check-ins weekly, as well as, once again, any communication that we need to have back and forth as well. Then we will meet at the 12-week mark. So this is about halfway through the program. And this is when we're going to reevaluate the pillars of health. So when we first get started and we do that intake form, we're going to rate nutrition, exercise, sleep, and stress. And this is where we're going to reevaluate it. I will say this is my absolute favorite meeting, because this is where clients I work with are in awe. They're shocked. They cannot believe that the way they rated their pillars of health was only 3 months ago. They cannot believe what they've accomplished in just 3 months. So this is a very exciting appointment for me. Again, we'll meet over Zoom and we will evaluate those pillars of health and your accomplishments. This is again, a very exciting appointment. And then from there, we will continue with those weekly accountability check-ins every single Friday, all the way until the 24-week mark, where we will review phase 4. Again, phase 4 is the maintenance phase. For some, we do need to meet and review this sooner. So I do work with everyone for a minimum of 6 months, because I truly want this to be long-term sustainability. This is not a boot camp. It's not a quick fix. For some, we will meet to review phase 4 sooner. For some, we will meet at the 6-month mark. No matter what, I am going to make sure that you are adequately prepared. You have all 4 phases and you are set up for life. And that's what's so nice about this program, is consistent feedback I receive is if a client knows, even if I slip a little bit, I know exactly what to do. I know what foods fuel me perfectly. I know what foods are trigger foods. I know how to just kind of tighten up those daily rules. You know exactly what to do. You're never in a position where you think, is there something else for me? Should I try something different? You know what works for your body. So I want to make sure you're really set up in our 6-month time together, that you're set for life, that you don't feel like you need to ever seek anything else out, that you learn so much in our time together. You don't want to have to be dependent on anyone else or any other program. You want to be dependent on yourself. And that's the intention behind the learning curve and our time together. Okay, so everything included in the program is the requisition form for your blood work, obviously the complete custom nutrition plan that is put together from the doctors in Germany. I do include that Renfo bioimpedance scale, 6 months of personalized coaching throughout your whole plan, a program, like I was saying, that doesn't have the yo-yo effect. It has long-term proven success. And I really confidently believe that you will never acquire any cost, anything ever again, because this program will set you up for life. So there's certainly no additional cost with the program whatsoever. And then they're on out after that. So the total cost for everything included is $14.99. Need be, we can break that up into payments. I am also a registered practitioner, so I can issue a receipt for benefits. Benefit coverage usually falls under either nutritional counseling or a health spending account, and we can chat a little bit more about that. Okay, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and hear what metabolic balance is all about. I really look forward to being a part of your transformation, like I said at the beginning. Any questions, you can contact me. My email is here, contact@jentherhn.com. My phone number is there. Please give me a follow on Instagram. If you go to Instagram, you can see a ton of reviews, a ton of success stories. There's meal ideas, all sorts of things that you can see there to give you that really good, genuine, authentic experience of what metabolic balance is out or what other people have experienced with metabolic balance. We can also go through any questions that you have in our consultation. To book a consultation, you can email me directly, or there's also a link in bio on my Instagram profile that can link you right into the calendar. And I can't wait. I can't wait to connect with you. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in, and have a wonderful day. Bye.